Hi, beautiful people. Happy Thursday. So I've been going on to talking about, I've been talking about the physical aspects of a holistic life until now, my last two videos. And so we're kind of just like going through the processes of seeing what holistic really means and how we can actually start taking responsibility for our own health. And today I'm just going to introduce the concept of EQ, emotional intelligence, or emotional quadrant, the emotional awareness, and mental quadrant. So we looked at the PQ, now we're looking at EQ and MQ, the emotional intelligence and the mental intelligence, and basically our relationship that we have to our mental and emotional awareness, basically your relationships to your thoughts, your relationships to your emotions. So a very quick question. So just the basics today. I'm going to try and keep the videos, trying to keep them shorter. I'm really sorry for long-winded videos, but it's a very, very in-depth, beautiful topic. So are you having your thoughts and emotions, or are your thoughts and emotions having you? This is a really, really fundamental question. Like, do you feel that you can have your emotions without them overtaking you and overwhelming you and experiencing like a complete overwhelm and breakdown, which is what I was like. So there's no there's no judgment here at all. I was in a place where I couldn't have my emotions. My emotions had me. I was totally run by my anger, my internal anger, which was creating all my physical symptoms. But I'm just going to try and bring a little bit of awareness to this today, so we can start to kind of unpick it and take up the layers of what is a mental and emotional awareness, right? So are you having your thoughts, or are your thoughts having and your emotions having you? So are you going down every single rabbit hole of thought, especially when, in the mind-body syndrome world or TMS world, where everyone's, we're, and I was on this, I was in this as well several years ago. So we're going down every rabbit hole. Every thought is taking us, a train of thought is taking us to the worst case scenario. Or can we start to cultivate the witnessing of our thoughts and emotions? So this is the cultivation of this is kind of an awareness, cultivation of awareness, like being able to become a witnessing of our thoughts, right? We are not our thoughts and we are not our emotions. We are the consciousness or the awareness behind those thoughts and emotions. And I'm just going to take you on a very small journey through that, but just so we can understand that this is a very, very, living in the story of your suffering, like living in the victim state of life, is so unempowering. And in fact, the majority of people are living in this state because, and again, there's no judgment here because I was there. It's just when we start to realize that we're giving our power away by always wanting the circumstances of our lives to change, that this must change, therefore then I will be happy, this outcome dependency, this must change and therefore I will have my peace, this must change and therefore I will be happy and healthy, right? Just noticing that we give our power away, that this is like this concept, this is a huge trap, right? To be inside that this has to change, therefore then I will be happy, or I will be happy and healthy, right? That means it's a huge trap because we have to control all the circumstances, all the external situations to be able to have internal peace, and that's just never ever going to happen. We can't always control the external situation, and it basically gives our power away. It totally, We can't have power when we're in that state. So cultivating this relationship between your thoughts and your emotions, again, I'm going to go into more detail on this, is really vital. So that, and especially for our health, basically for our holistic health, right? We need to start to cultivate an awareness. So we are not our thoughts, we are the consciousness behind our thoughts. And I'm just going to take you in a little journey just so you can kind of feel that, right? Embody it. So just take a couple of deep breaths and close your eyes when you're ready. So now just feel your bottom on the chair. Feel the pressure points of where you're feeling the chair on your bottom, or if you're sitting back on your back. So just feeling the pressure points where you are seated, where the seat touches your body. Notice your feet on the floor. And just wiggle every little toe to find it. Find your beautiful toes. Now notice, put your awareness on your ears. Start tuning into what you can hear. The faraway sounds. And now the closer sounds. And now hear your own breathing. Just notice the person who's actually doing the witnessing of these. Wherever you put your attention, your energy flows. And so I just want you to just realize that when your toes are there, when you're not having awareness of them, right? Your senses are awake and running, even though the information is not coming into the brain. So our attention is our power, basically. And as I said, where your attention goes, your energy flows. So we hold this power and we don't realize it. The awareness of our emotions and our of our thought patterns, our mental state is really key to overcoming the trap that we feel that we have to change circumstances in order to to become happy, healthy, and peaceful, right? Which is, a myth. So what I want to suggest to you today, and I use this equation to really help people get it, and I'm going to go into more detail about, the emotional intelligence and mental intelligence in the next few videos. But this absolutely really just helps to clarify. So the equation is there is E plus R equals O, the event, E, plus R, the reaction or action that we observe, see, perceive, awareness of the event, equals the outcome, whatever that outcome is, right? So most of the time people try and change the event, like they don't want this event, whatever the event is, adverse event or beneficial event, whatever the event is. Most people don't want when they want, especially in adverse events, they want to change the event. But our power lies in the perception of and the awareness of the reaction, or reaction is just a reaction, we again and again and again, so we're out of consciousness with it, or action towards the event. So I'm going to go into more detail about this, but I just want you to kind of ponder on that and just see, well, what do I really mean, and how can, how that basically changing the event is impossible, but changing the reaction and perception of the event is possible, and that changes the outcome. This is Newton, this is quantum physics, this is this is not kind of whatever like theory, this is like reality, right? So that the power lies in our reaction or action towards an event, and the action just could be more compact, it's an endless discussion, but I want to bring that into, just give that piece for you today. And we're going to go into tomorrow a little bit more about emotional intelligence and what does that actually mean. So there's various different components of emotional intelligence, and what are those components? And yeah, just ponder on that, the equation, which I love, E plus R equals O, event plus reaction equals outcome. And let's try and to be more aware of our thoughts, become the witnessing energy behind our thoughts and emotions, just as we did a witnessing of where we placed our energy, where we placed our attention, on our toes or our ears or our bottom. It changed the we were the witnessing. There was something behind the toe, going to the focus of the toes, or going to but the toes were still there when we weren't focusing on them, right? So there's something really magical about it, because you start to kind of like see that you can take a step back and you can start to have a little bit of space between your thoughts, emotions, and feelings around an event, when we start to have this wind of opportunity. Excuse me again, I have a frog in my throat. So with that, I'm going to love you and leave you. And I will be back tomorrow with more about emotional intelligence, my favorite topic. I love you and leave you, and have a beautiful afternoon or evening or morning or wherever you are in the world. Lots of love.